Okay, everyone, we're talking, about the exercise of the knee. When we are in the almost after, the month, the third, the fourth week of the rehab, the patient have to be almost, all the range of motion, maybe complete. Strength could be maybe not too perfect, but it's gonna, be much better than when we start. So now we are working exercise that help the patient walk, standing, and many things. So one exercise that the patient can do now is, against the wall as well. Try to balance, be that is not like that be align your body, weight bearing both in the both legs, and we are gonna start just, listen a little bit until you can. If it's okay for you here, breathe and go up. Again, when you go down, hold 3-5 seconds, and when you go up, please make sense that you are doing the weight bearing as well on the leg that is on the surgery, both legs, not just like that. Very good. Okay, so just remember, hold 3-5 seconds, up 3-5 seconds. Repeat sometimes just 5 times because it's gonna get tired, so it depends how much you can do. Okay, this exercise, another one that can do after you control this one. This exercise is gonna help you to what? To have a seat and to stand in from the chair. So now that you control this exercise, you can work on the chair. So of course, if you are here on the chair, if you are okay, you are gonna do like that, but you are in the process of the exercises that you have to make sense of everything. So just move to the edge of the chair. So we do one exercise that you was helping here. Now just try to use one hand and try to move a little bit. Just try to hold here if you can do like that and go down. At the moment you are gonna feel, the wall or the table, something that can help you. The idea is throughout the days, you can stand, hold, and down. Now, the idea is that when you do this exercise is that throughout the days is, for example, the neck, the other week is a little bit more up and down. Maybe 2-3 days more, a little bit more until you go straight. And the same exercise, but now in reverse, from here, so from here and down. Breathe. You can go again here in standing, a little bit more down, hold, and down. See? So this is the exercise that you can do to learn how to stand. The same exercise can be modified. You can work using one leg front, one leg back. So like that. It's almost the same exercise, but now just using leg front and leg up. So it's almost the same. Okay, now after these exercises, we need to work in the proprioception and stability with one leg, because of course the person have to walk one day just not using crutches, not using nothing. So we work the first proprioception exercise using both legs. Now we are gonna work using one leg. So the same, the person can use, for example, one chair to help herself, so like that. So just standing, for example, this is the leg, so just grab or use the wall, wherever you feel comfortable, and leg up, okay? Please, the body straight, okay? Like that. Very good, and relax. Now, not only work like here, it's important as well, work bending this one wide. Because if you are okay, you are gonna do like that. But after the surgery, you are gonna try to avoid these muscles and you are gonna use the heel, so you are gonna try to do this one. just moving the hip up using the quadratus lumbarum like that to move the leg. So be careful with that. Working, this is the knee that is on the surgery. So here try to hold 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and slow. And now, this is the leg of the surgery, the good leg. So now we are gonna use these muscles from the hip, not from the lower back, like that. So be careful when you are moving this, the muscle, if you're just doing this, please, no. We need to use just the hip muscle. Quadratus lumbarus here, lower back, no have to move it. That's it. Very good. And through the days, the idea is that you stand on the leg and try, don't grab here. Okay? And the same in the other leg. You can modify this exercise through the days. Try to standing in the leg, trying to move, the arms, working always in both legs. Try to move the arms in any directions. So it depends on you and how you feel it. Very good. Now, when you feel more comfortable with the exercises, or you can use as well the chair to do, for example, the same exercise that the patient do lie down in the first week can use now in standing. For example, working here in these muscles. So this exercise. Here as well is important. Why? Because the patient is gonna do this. Always compensated with the quadratus lumbarum. No, relax. Back have to be here. The patient can get here and feel it and use this muscle like that. There you go. And to improve the proprioception here, I'm gonna use from the good leg. This is the good leg, and the other leg is using the weight bearing. Very good. The same from back like that. Here or here. So all the exercise that you can do, now you are gonna do here as well. For example, from here. Every exercise in all the directions you can do now. Okay, after you do these proprioception exercises are really important working. Now walk. Okay, so for walking, of course, the patient, this is why when I work here in the exercise, I mention please don't use the quadratus lumbarum, because when they start the process of the walking, the patient is of course try to do this, just because this is the use when you use the crutches or whatever you're using to do, to don't move the muscle here. So this is important. So now maybe can use one crutch, something to help when the person start, one mirror on the front, and we can start. So yeah, like that. So just a mirror, but first you can walk and you can see what are you doing. So we are gonna start, you can use the wall or something to help it. So heel and this flat. Then this gonna be flat and this gonna be on tippy toes. And now is the moment that we are gonna use the knee that was on the surgery. So try, remember, use, feel confident, and we go with the other leg. Of course, use help in the first steps is totally normal. Now, the leg here is where you have to be confident, look through the mirror that you are gonna do this move using the hip here and not doing this movement. If you feel here the pain or the move here, please return and just hip. This is why you have to work hip, the exercise that I told you. Use muscle hip to avoid this. Okay. So the idea is that then through the time, through the weeks, you can walk, try, don't help with anything, and just go alone. Through the days, through the weeks, you have to feel confident to work, for example, working like that. As well, just get from something to feel comfortable. The same one. This is the leg from the surgery, bending the neck, weight bearing here and here. No, like that. So, relax the hip and we go here. Now the weight bearing is gonna be here, so slow. If you see here, we are combining all the exercise that we do here using the table. Everything now is gonna be together. First looking with your eyes, and through the days, the idea is just look using the mirror. Don't look down and try to walk just using the mirror in front. As well, the same exercise back is really important in all the directions. And the same exercise is good, see here, in diagonal. So for example, here, like here, like here, like here, in all the directions, like that. But this is through the days, and the important thing is don't do the thing fast, and always focus in the mirror how you are gonna do it. So now combine everything that we're working first on the table, on the knees. Now we are working in something important that is, in the last stage, that is standing, but for example, when it's lie down on the bed or when it's on the floor. So the idea, for example, when we work the exercise on the bed, that we work like that, this exercise is important, do this exercise, weight bearing in both hips, like that. This is important, the range of motion, like that. You can combine here exercise, for example, like that. Let me do here, it's more easy for you. Exercises, for example, here. Both legs, here we are gonna use both legs. Here I'm using the surgery, so I'm strengthening here. But when I use the good leg, I'm using the weight bearing in the other one and the control here, like that. You see? So use always both. So why when I work in this is important? So now we have to combine all the exercises, and we are gonna use, for example, if the range of motion is complete, because this is the pens of the surgery, so we are gonna work, let me just put it on this down, this is better, totally to work. So we are gonna imagine that this is the floor. This is for the patient that, for example, have the surgery, and the patient is young, of course, if the patient is in the elderly age, we are gonna no worry about that. Okay, there you go. So now we are gonna combine everything, because the idea is, for example, imagine that this is the floor. So if you work the stretching, is important because you can have a seat in this position. So this is why you have to work the stretching that I told you here, all the stretching together. So now imagine that this is the floor and you are gonna in a standing position. So, for example, you have to learn how to go here. So you are gonna start using first the good leg. When you feel confident, you are gonna use the other leg, okay? And in this position, you have to feel confident first, using this leg to be here. So you are gonna start working in this leg. You can work here, and always work in the other leg as well, like that. Very good. Many exercises that you can do like that. Why? Because the idea is, now, if you are having seat on the floor, you can do using the good leg You can go down here, up here. Try to breathe in this position. You can do exercises like that as well before to go to standing. The idea is combine all the exercise that we do on the bed, and in the last stage, after 2 or 3 months, depends on the surgery, you can of course using help with something where you feel much better, more confident, go up. Okay, so the first step, of course, you are gonna standing using the good leg because it's gonna do all the weight bearing. But the idea is through the weeks you can use the other. Of course, this is depends of the kind of the surgery, of the age of the patient, and many things. So we hope so these videos will helpful for work in any kind of surgery of the knee. You can find a lot of exercise, just use, and that's it. Thank you.